morning all, welcome back kinematics class. And yesterday we were discussing about equation of motion. So in equation of motion, first equation of kinematics and second equation of kinematics we discussed. Today we are going to discuss two more equations, and based on that how the applications will be there, right? Okay, now let us consider a situation in which a car, okay, a person observes the car which is moving with initial velocity u. Let me take this, nothing but v1 is equals to u. At that instant, let us take it as v1 is equal to 0 seconds. The time when he observe the vehicle which is moving in the forward direction with initial velocity u. He observed continuously this vehicle for some time. Let us take it as time is time t2 is equals to t seconds. Right. After time t seconds, what will be the velocity? Let me take that velocity is the final velocity. It may increases or decreases. So final velocity is v. So of course these are vector quantities. So during this time, how much distance traveled? This distance, let me take it as, or displacement in a specific direction is s. And due to change in velocity, there will be acceleration. Just I'll take a recap of two equations what we discussed in the last class, right? This is method 1. You can say method 1. This is definition method. By definitions we'll be going to derive it. So first, according to the definition of acceleration, if I take acceleration is nothing but rate of change of velocity. It's nothing but a delta v by delta t. Delta v by delta t. Okay. This can be written as now v2 minus v1 divided by t2 minus t. v2 minus v1 divided by t2 minus t1. So v2 is final velocity. Final velocity is v minus initial velocity is u divided by t2 minus t1. T minus 0. It's nothing but a t. So we are getting acceleration a is equals to v minus u by t, or simply I can write v minus u is equals to at, or this can be written as v is equals to u plus at. This is nothing but first kinematic equation. So all are vector quantities, right? Now v is nothing but velocity after t seconds. What we call velocity after t seconds. Next, second equation, if I take. So what is the average velocity? I want the displacement after t second. Displacement after t seconds. So the average velocity between these two, that is initial and final in a particular time interval t. Average velocity can be written as v plus u by 2. But what is the displacement during this velocity? Displacement, that is velocity equals to average velocity is equal to displacement by time, or a displacement is equals to average velocity into time. Right. Now displacement s is equals to v plus u by 2 into time t. Or simply I can write, what is v? Already we have velocity after time t seconds. Now velocity v is nothing but u plus at plus u divided by 2 into t. So if you further simplify, what you will get here, s is equals to ut plus half at square. This is nothing but displacement after t seconds. The same thing what we discussed in the last class, right? Just take a screenshot, then we'll go for third equation. If you have any doubts, let me know till here. Anybody? Any doubts? See here, in third kinematic equation, s is equal to v plus u by 2 into time interval t seconds. Now the same thing I'll take S is equals to displacement after t seconds v plus u by 2 into time t seconds. But we know that v is equal to u plus at. V equals to u plus at, right? So if I don't know time, how to calculate the relation between S, V and U? Already we got displacements. Here displacement S is equal to ut plus half at square, which represents displacement in a t second. Displacement in t seconds. So if I don't know time, right? So displacement when I don't know time, then try to eliminate the time here. Then I can write V minus U is equals to A into T, or simply time T is equal to V minus U divided by K, right? Then what I can write here, so let me take this equation as 1. This is first equation and this will be second equation. When I substitute equation 2 in 1, substituting equation 2 in 1, take this and substitute here, then I will get S is equals to V plus U by 2, as it is I will be placing here, into time. Time is nothing but V minus U divided by A, right? So V plus U into V minus U, A plus B into A minus B, which I can write this one V square minus U square divided by 2A. Okay, as we can write this one, S is equals to V square minus U square divided by 2A, right? Then V square minus U square is equals to 2AS, or V square is equals to U square plus 2AS, or V is equals to under root of U square plus 2AS, right? Is it clear this one? So first equation is nothing but equation number 3, right? So what is first equation representing? First equation, V is equal to U plus AT, this is nothing but first equation. If you want second equation, S is equal to UT plus half AT square, right? T plus half AT square. So this is second equation. First one should know what they call. So V is equal to U plus AT is nothing but velocity after time t seconds. If in the question, when we are solving any question, if he is saying that according to the problem, if we say that what is the velocity after t seconds, V is equal to U plus AT. What is the displacement after t second, S is equal to ut plus half AT square. Now V is equal to under root of U square plus 2S, which is nothing but velocity after displacement S. That means velocity after traveling a certain distance or the speed after certain distance. Distance means only we will be measuring the magnitude. So after covering a displacement of S, what is the velocity? So that we can represent by third equation. I think these are all derivations might learn in your lower classes till this one, right? So if it is done till here, if you have any doubts, let me know. Then we'll proceed for fourth equation, distance travelled in nth second. So one should have a very clear idea that what is distance travelled in t seconds. This is distance travelled in the given time. Okay, so distance travelled after t seconds, but distance travelled in nth second in that particular time interval. Fine. So how to calculate that one? Let us see by fourth equation. So if you have any doubts, let me know till here and try to take a screenshots. Fine. Okay. Now you can see here. Now what we are doing here, like we want to calculate the fourth equation in kinematics. If I say, I'll take one example, let us consider a scenario. Let us consider a scenario in which I am moving from A towards B, right? So let me take from a first point to second point is 1 meter distance. and if the person travels 1 second, 1 second, 1 second in an interval of 1 second. Okay, 1 second. Is it clear? Fine. Okay. Now here distance travelled in a fifth second, distance travelled in 5 seconds. Distance travelled in 5 seconds will be written as 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is nothing but 5 meters. If I want a distance travelled in 4 seconds, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is nothing but 4 meters. If I want only in this particular interval of time, that is between, that is fifth second I want. Distance travelled in fifth second, that can be calculated by distance travelled in 5 seconds minus distance travelled in 4 seconds, which I can write 5 minus 4, which is 1 meter. Is it clear, all of you? Similar manner, we want to calculate in nth second, what is the distance travelled in nth second. So I want to calculate what is distance travelled in nth second. Nth second. What is the distance travelled in nth second? For that purpose, what I want, distance travelled for 5 seconds, I am taking it as distance travelled in 5 seconds, and for 4 seconds, I am taking it as for 4 seconds, I am taking as distance travelled in 4 seconds. Right. So similarly, if I want nth second, here this is nothing but, let me take it as this is nth second, then this will becomes n minus 1 second. Right. That is nth second, this will be n minus 1. Yeah. Now we can write distance travelled in nth second can be written as distance travelled in n seconds minus distance travelled in n minus 1 seconds. Distance travelled in n second and distance travelled in n minus 1 seconds. Right. Now I hope you got clear about this example. Now I'll erase this one. Right. Now distance travelled in n seconds. If I want distance travelled in n seconds, what I can write? Can you tell me? Now ut plus half at square. This is nothing but un plus half into a into n square. This is nothing but distance travelled in n seconds. Now distance travelled in n minus 1 second, if I take it as distance travelled in n minus 1 second. So u into n minus 1 plus half into a into n minus 1 whole square. That is distance travelled in n minus 1 second. So take these two and substitute here. So what is the final expression? Try to calculate and tell me the answer. So Sn is equals to nth, which we can write it as un plus half an square. After that minus. So minus whole bracket I am keeping u into n minus 1 plus half into a into n minus 1 whole square. Just you can simplify. I'll give 1 minute time for you and try to calculate and tell me the answer. Right. Okay. Now 4 kinematic equations just now were derived. 4 kinematic equations. First one is V is equal to U plus AT. So what is V called? It is nothing but velocity after t seconds. Next, S is equal to ut plus half at square, displacement after t seconds. And velocity in terms of what? U, A and S. That means when we don't know time, then we can go for velocity after certain distance or displacement. These are all uniform accelerations. Uniform acceleration. The equation of motion under uniform acceleration. And the last one, Sn is equal to distance travelled in nth second can be written as u plus a into n minus 1 by 2. Right. This is fourth equation. Let me keep this fourth equation here. So nothing but fourth equation. Okay. Now, before starting the problems, so one should have very clear idea about the sign conventions. What are the sign conventions? In lower classes, in your 9th or 8th, 10th classes, most of the teachers may taught like sign conventions when we are taking these kinematic equations. Let us see what are the sign conventions. And one new thing you are going to learn here. So throughout this kinematics, what are the sign conventions you have to remember. So don't be confused with your previous knowledge. Fine. So what are that? Let me take sign convention. This is nothing but ground. Let me take the ground level. When you project a body, or if I take in upward direction and downward direction. So this is a boundary. I am taking it as a boundary. Upward direction and downward direction. Upward direction, upward. It's nothing but upward. This is nothing but a downward direction. Okay, upward and downward direction. Now velocities or displacements, right? Velocity or displacements in upward directions are taken to be positive. Upward direction they are taken to be what? Positive. Velocities, or you can take it as velocity. Fine. So USV, because in this one what are the parameters we have, what are physical quantities we have? First one is displacement, initial velocity, final velocity, and A. These are all vector quantities. So these vector quantities will have upward directions are positive. Now coming to downward direction, all these are negative. So downward direction, if I take, U is negative and displacement is negative, right? And velocity is negative, right, in downward direction. So I think hope till here there is no doubt for you. Now coming to acceleration. So most of the students will get confused with acceleration when we use sign convention. So till now what you have knowledge, when it is going upward direction, A is minus G. Coming downwards, it is nothing but plus G, right? Okay, but it is not a sign. In sign convention it will differs. How it will differs, let us see. See, when carefully see, I'll try to explain separately acceleration here. When a body is going vertically upwards, when it is going vertically upwards, right, when it's going vertically upwards, so acceleration is acting in which direction? Can anybody tell? The body going upward direction, the direction of acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity, when a body is going upward direction, acceleration due to gravity is downwards or upward direction? Downwards. So that's nothing but downwards, right? It's nothing but downwards. When the body is going in upward direction, acceleration is in which direction? Downward direction. That means A is equal to minus G. A is equal to minus G. When it is going in upward direction, now see here, when it is going in upward direction, A is equal to minus G. It's nothing but minus G. Fine. Obviously when it is coming a downward direction, G value is acting. Here it is downward. When it's going upward direction, G value acting in a downward direction, right? When it is coming in downward direction, so this is nothing but it is coming in downward direction. When it's coming in downward direction, so downward direction, all the downward directions are taken to be negative. So A is nothing but again negative. Whether it is going upwards or downwards, A is nothing but minus G. Is it clear, this one? Anybody? Right? Now you remove the concept of upwards minus G, downwards plus G, you remove that one. Okay. Hope now this is clear to you. How we are taking with respect to these three, 1, 2, 3, upward directions all positive, downward directions all are negative. Once again I am saying downward. When it is freely falling, G is acting downward, so that with respect to downward sign conventions I am taking A is nothing but minus G. But when it is going upward direction, G is acting in again downward direction. So when it is going in upward direction, G value is acting in which direction? Downward direction, so that I am taking A is nothing but minus G. So upward or downward, you take it as minus G to solve any problem. But these all conditions should be satisfied. So when a body is going upward direction, take U as V, all are positive, and A is negative. When it is coming downward direction, take U as V, all are negative, A is also negative. Hope you understood here. Anybody, any doubts? Yes? Nobody? So let us solve a problem. By that you will be getting an idea. So a body is thrown vertically upwards with initial velocity u. I'll take one example here. Example I am taking. Example. A body is projected vertically upwards. A body projected vertically upwards with initial velocity u. So this is nothing but projected with initial velocity u in which direction? Upward direction. Then what is the time taken? Time taken to reach maximum height. Let me take this nothing but maximum height, h maximum. What is the time taken to reach maximum height when it is going in which direction? Vertically upwards. I think hope this is clear. Vertically upwards. A body is moving vertically upwards, that means it is reaching maximum height. What is the time taken to reach maximum heights? First question. And what is the maximum heights? What is the maximum height or time taken to reach maximum height? What is the maximum heights? Okay. See, when it is going in upward direction, you know final velocity. Can you tell me what is final velocity? Anybody? When it is projected vertically upwards, what is the final velocity when it reaches the maximum height? What is the meaning of maximum height? At final velocity will become 0. From that onwards it will returns back. So final velocity is 0. Now u is there, v is there, t is there. Which formula we have to substitute? See, most of them will be confused with that which formula we have to use. See, sir, I understood everything, but I am unable to apply this formulas. So most common thing will be listening from the students. Fine. So first thing is u is there, you are projecting with initial velocity, final velocity is 0, time we want. So 1, 2, 3, v is equal to u plus at. So v equal to u plus at, v equal to u plus at. V is nothing but a 0. Now carefully observe, you have to make sign conventions here, right? It is going in which direction? Upward direction. Upward direction, u is what? Positive or negative? Boliye. Positive or negative? Upward direction u is positive, so that is nothing but a plus u. Okay, plus u. A, when it is going in upward direction, a is positive or negative? Negative. So that means minus g into t, or simply 0 is equal to u minus gt, or u is equals to gt, or t is equals to u by g. Is it clear? T is equal to what? U by g. This is called time of ascent, we will be calling. The time taken by the body to reach the maximum height is called time of ascent. Okay, TA is called time of ascent. Time of ascent will be going in upward direction. So now you got a clarity that how we are applying sign convention. Right? If I want to calculate maximum height reached by its maximum height, see, this is nothing but displacement in upward direction. This is nothing but u and v. So what is the formula that I have to apply? Can anybody tell? What is the formula? Second one or third one? Carefully tell me the answer. When it is going in upward direction, right? H is there, u is there, v is there. H, u and v. H, u and v. H, u and v time is not there. So we want what we require here. Can you tell me? Maximum height we want. So u is there, v is there, h is there. U, v and s, in which formula it is there? That's nothing but third equation. So v square minus u square is equal to equals to 2a into s. Now carefully we will apply the sign conventions. Of course at maximum height final velocity is 0, right? Final velocity is 0. Minus u. U is nothing but going in upward direction. What should I take? Positive or negative? It should be positive. So that is nothing but u square itself is equals to 2a into s. 2a. When it is going in which direction? Upward direction. A is nothing but minus g. It's nothing but a is equal to minus g. So we can substitute, it is nothing but minus g into s. S is nothing but h maximum. Am I right? H is nothing but h maximum. We have to take positive or negative. This is nothing but displacement in upward direction. S is nothing but positive. Displacement in which direction? upward direction, displacement is positive. So this will be positive, g is negative and u is positive. Now I can write a u square is equals to minus 2g into h maximum. So minus minus get cancelled. So h maximum equals to u square divided by 2g. Is it clear this one? This is nothing but maximum heights. Fine. Any doubt, let me know till this points. So how we have to use the sign convention, just we learn. In the same example, we want the same example, right? What we require is time. See, it is projected upwards, going upwards and coming downwards. What is the time taken to reach the ground from the point of projection? From the point of projection, what is the time taken to reach the ground? See, when there is condition is here, so if I take condition, when it is going upward direction and returning back, upward direction and returning back. See, going up and returning back, this is called time of ascents, going up, and coming down is time of descents. So if there is no air friction, when there is no air friction, then the time taken to reach maximum height and the time taken to reach from maximum height to the point of projection, both will be same. Okay, both will be same when there is no external force or there is no air friction. Keep it in the mind. Okay, with respect to air friction, if you take all these kinematic equations, it is entirely, it will goes to a higher level, right? So there is no air friction or no external force, then time taken to reach maximum height and returning back, it will be same. There is no change in this one. Next, if you take it as S is equal to ut plus half a t square, or V is equal to u plus a t, and V is equals to under root of u square plus 2as, or Sn equal to u plus a into n minus 1 by 2. These are all applicable under uniform acceleration. When non-uniform acceleration, how to apply that will be learned in coming classes. We will be going to learn in coming classes, right? So now t upwards and downward, then there is no air friction. The total time is nothing but time of ascent plus time of descent, or simply the total time can be written as 2t, 2 into t. So when we are going upwards, what you are getting? U by g. It's nothing but u by g. Now the total time taken equals to 2 times of u by g. That is nothing but 2u by g. Is it clear this one? 2u by g. Differentiation we'll learn. First we'll do all the problems connected with the basic, that is sign convention and this formulas. Then we'll go for graphical method, or first differentiation we'll be doing. Okay. Then we'll go with integration. Then we'll try to complete graphical. Then we'll go with, okay, integration method problems and differentiation problem, instantaneous velocity based on that instantaneous acceleration, right? Is it clear that one? So but when it is coming downwards, what is negative? Yeah, you can substitute and we can see it as there is no problem. When it is coming downward direction, v is nothing but u. Again it will becomes initial velocity 0. So before touching the ground, whatever you project with the initial velocity u, with same velocity it will hit back. Whatever the velocity u will project, with the same velocity it will hit the ground. Before touching the ground, it will have same velocity. For example, if I project with initial velocity 10 meter per second, then it will touch with 10 meter per second. The condition that you have to remember is you should right, there should not be any air friction. There should not be any air friction. That's it. Okay. Hope you got it as, and I hope everything is clear to you. Anybody still have any doubts? Let me know.